Greeting guys, so welcome back. So in this tutorial we'll be seeing how to configure Ollama GUI in your local machine. So in our previous tutorials we have already covered the fundamentals of Ollama, learned how to pull and manage the model locally, and also explored Podman as a modern container platform for AI and machine learning workload. So if you haven't watched those sessions yet, you will find the links on the screen above. So now that we have a model running locally, the next question becomes how do we make it easy to use? While the command line is a great for testing and experimentation, most users eventually want a more user-friendly experience, something similar to ChatGPT. So where the conversation, model managements, prompts, and document interactions can all be handled through a web interface. So that's exactly what we are going to build in this session. Like today, we will deploy Open WebUI using Podman and connect it to our local Ollama instance, which is running the OpenHEMS model. Along the way, we will also understand the architecture behind the setup and learn how the different like uh, components communicate with each other, and also configure the connection between the UI and model backend, and also expose some of the key capabilities available through the interface. So by the end of this tutorial, you will have a complete local AI assistant running in your browser, which is powered entirely by your own machine with no dependency on external AI services or cloud. So you will also understand how this architecture serves as a foundation for more advanced use cases such as document question answering, RAG applications like multimodal deployments, AI agents, and also enterprise AI platforms. So let's jump and start building our local ChatGPT-like experience using Ollama, OpenHEMS, and OpenWebUI and Podman. See you there. So before we jump into a terminal, let's quickly understand the architecture. So what we are building here is browser UI, which is OpenWebUI container, and then OpenWebUI, which will connect to Ollama API, and then Ollama, which runs the model itself. So in simple term, OpenWebUI is just the interface layer and Ollama is doing all the inference heavy lifting. So nothing is going to cloud and everything will be running locally on your machine. So let's verify the Ollama is running. So now I assume you already have Ollama installed and running from the previous tutorial. So let me quickly verify it. So if you already have it running, you will see that it's listening to the port 11434. So this is the API endpoint our UI will connect to. So the next step is verify the model. So let's quickly confirm that our OpenHEMS model is available. To do that, let's do Ollama list. Now, if you don't see it, you can always pull it using Ollama pull OpenHEMS like this. So we already have the model pulled. So now once it's listed, so we are ready for graphical user interface layer. So let me give you quick introduction to Podman. In the left side, you see the Podman interface. So in production ML systems, we don't want to run UI services manually, so we containerize them. Okay, so instead of Docker, we are using Podman, so which is daemonless and works very well in restricted or in enterprise environment. And this is especially useful in air gapped or controlled ML infrastructure. So now the next step is we'll be running the OpenWebUI using Podman. So now let's deploy OpenWebUI. Have to execute the following command. Let me break this down quickly. Okay, if you see here dash D, which will runs in detached mode, and dash P with the port, which will map the container port to browser, and dash V, which is Open WebUI, which is for like persistent storage for chat, and then the image itself. It's the Open WebUI official container. So let's run this. So once this runs successfully, our user interface layer is ready. In left side, you can see the Open WebUI container is running. So let's open the UI in browser. Let's go to localhost. So if it's your first time, it will ask you to create an admin account. Let's do that. Once logged in, so now you should see something very familiar. Yes, a ChatGPT-like interface, but running completely on your local machine. And the next step is we will just connect UI to the Ollama. So in the new OpenAPI versions, Ollama connections are already regulated automatically. So let's test it. You see, just uses OpenHAMS to respond to the question. Let's do the testing with another mini model, which is lightweight one, which is 5.3. Let's pull the model first. And let's stop OpenHAM model and try to remove it from the Ollama. Now let's do Ollama list to make sure that 5 model is properly added and the OpenHAM model is removed from the Ollama. So we see only 5 models. Let's start the WebUI container. See we are running with 5.3 WebUI. Let me do test. Okay, as we know the model, it's a mini model. Let's test. We can also tune the system prompt. For to do that, let's go to setting here. You see system prompt. Let's say so now let's try the same question again with the new system prompt. Now we can have a detailed response. So we can optionally test the document upload as well. Like you see here, ChatGPT, we do have document upload option. So let's try this. The document is this the oxy paper and a transformer. Let's ask for to summarize. So fantastic, right? I'm just able to answer the questions. Let's ask another question. Let's explore other options which are available in the Ollama web UI. Like we have playground option, where we can just customize our system prompt and we can do some testing as well. And we have completion and images, where you can just do upload an image and you can ask question about it. So with that, we have successfully transformed our command line Ollama setup into a complete browser-based AI experience. So in this session, we started by understanding the architecture behind the solution and how Open WebUI acts as a presentation layer, while Ollama handles the most model inference. So we then deployed OpenWebUI using Podman, connected it to our local Ollama instance, and verified that our OpenHEMS model was available and interacted with the model through a modern web interface. So more importantly, we saw that building a local AI platform doesn't require complex infrastructure or cloud services. With just a few components, we now have a private, flexible, and fully controllable AI environment and running on our own machine. So this architecture is also the foundation for many advanced AI solutions which are used in the organizations today. So whether you are planning to build document answering system or retrieval augmented generation system, AI assistants, agentic workflow, or enterprise knowledge platforms, the setup we have created today is often the first building block. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next part of the ML architecture series. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.